Hey, welcome to Minding Your Business. This is Chris Spiker.
I'm Aaron Goldstein. We are here with Elvie Ancheta, the administrator at the William J. Pete Knight Veterans Home.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Elvie, how did you get the job of being the administrator?
Well,
You're good.
I'm appointed by the governor, so I had to apply for it. I had to submit my application, and I'm a nurse. Career-wise, began as a nurse. Then I went into management area. I became a director at Elvie Hospital for a med-surg area. I became a director of the University of Antelope Valley for the nursing department. So I bring with me, I have a doctorate in education, so I bring with me the education and the experience to fit into the job, and I'm so happy I did it because I love it.
This is the first time we've met. I saw your column in the Antelope Valley Press. Do you have a title for the column?
In the family way, it was a title that I inherited. That column used to belong to somebody else, and then when I was working at Elvie Hospital, I was in charge also of the patient education. So the Antelope Valley Press invited me if I would like to maintain a column, and I said yes, and that was like in the 1990s, so I just maintained it since.
So over 20 years with a
Yeah.
column, and I'm just noticing it for the first time. Shame on me.
Yeah, 1999, that really, yeah, it's been a while. That's my public service.
Yes, it is.
So it's probably not really targeted to you. It's targeted to the community that perhaps have a limited access to some simple health education materials. And so my goal is my goal usually when I write this is to write it medical terminologies into a level of a sixth grader that they could understand. So I'm not targeting the professionals. I'm targeting more of the ones that maybe have limited access to those information.
I saw that column and I realized this is a local person.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
So back to Pete Knight for just a second. How many residents over there?
So if we're full, we're at 60. We take care of 60 residents. Currently we have 59, so if you have somebody that is out there needing a home, we're the best place to be checked out. We have World War II veterans. We have 5 of them. We have Korean War veterans, 13. We also have 21 Vietnam veterans. We have 3 Gulf War veterans. They're starting to come by. And 11 peacetime veterans. And we also take care of a couple of non-veteran spouses. So we're branches on different branches, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, and total of 59.
And any Coast Guard?
We have no Coast Guard.
You have an opening for a Coast Guard person.
Not yet. Yeah. So maybe this one empty room can be filled up with a Coast Guard.
So you have couples there?
Yes, we do. We have limited, couples accommodations, but we do. Right now, we actually don't have. We have one. Oh yeah, we have one couples right now. We used to have 3, but the spouse had moved on, passed away.
And we're talking about the William J. Pete Knight Veterans Home because we know where it is, but where is the facility located?
So we're located, I know, you know where it is, but I know a lot of people that lived in Antelope Valley don't even know we're there. So we're located at in the corner of 30th Street West and Avenue I. It's a 1-story building right in the corner.
And it has a gate.
It has a gate. We're trying to be safe,
Positively.
Yes, we are taking care of national treasures there, so
Yes.
we want to take good care of them.
It's important territory.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody wanted to be a guest there, what's the process?
You have to, we have actually an activities department. I mean, I could be, you can call me and we can make an appointment. Have to let the security guard know that I'm expecting somebody. But family of our residents always visit, so they just use the buzzer and say, "I'm here to visit Mr. Smith,"
Mhm.
and then they buzz them in.
Do you have volunteer programs? Can people volunteer to help?
We have some volunteers. We have any volunteers we have to be fingerprinted and all that. So we have actually a person that coordinates that. We have somebody that comes in and do chair exercise as a volunteer work. We have somebody that comes in and do computer class for our residents. Most of our residents are older, so they didn't grow up with computers, but they do want to learn how to at least look in the internet and see what's in there. We also have volunteers. Bob Alvis. Bob Alvis is
Right.
is a well-known name in the community that regularly comes to our home, and he shows movies with our residents, and then bring pizza and beer.
Well, I think for Bob Alvis, all veterans are his favorites, but the World
Yes.
War II men and women, I think, are at the top of Bob's list.
Yeah, and you know, we don't have that many anymore. I remember when I started 5 years ago, we had about 16 of them. Now we only have 5.
Yeah, every day,
Yeah.
every day. Is there a cost to stay at the veterans home?
Yes, it's 55% of their income, no matter what their income is. So each and every one of them have different member fee that they pay every month, depending on their income.
And, hey, why Lancaster? How did you come to Lancaster, the Antelope Valley?
I was born in the Philippines, but my father lived in Antelope Valley since the 1970s. He was an engineer for borax mines.
Mhm.
So he used to live in borax, and then he moved to Lancaster. So when I actually I was traveling with as a visitor visa in the 1980, and with a prominent political person, vice president of the Philippines at that time, Fernando Lopez. So when I first came here as work related, I came to visit my father here in Lancaster. That was the first time that we've seen each other since the 1960s,
Oh,
because he moved here
for the job,
for a job. Yeah.
and sending money back to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it works.
Yeah, he helped me go to school. Yeah. So when I came and visit, when I went back to the Philippines after my work assignment, I decided I want to come back here, and he facilitated my trip here.
Now, isn't the high desert weather a little different than you might find in the Philippines?
Totally different. Yeah, I mean, we're very humid over there. We're totally dry here. So, but he has to adjust to that. But I think I've adjusted very well. Actually, when I went home to the Philippines in 2000, like a year ago or so, my body had to adjust to the humidity.
So humid.
Yeah. You
No.
been to the Philippines?
3 times.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
all during peacetime. I'm married to a Filipina.
That's what I thought. I
Yeah.
thought that I met you before. You own a florist.
I do.
Yeah. Your wife's name?
Lourdes
Yeah.
Pimentel Spiker.
Right.
And she came here to go to school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then came up from Loma Linda
Mhm.
and met me, and she's lived in the desert 30 plus years.
So she's all adjusted to the weather.
She's adjusted, yeah.
Yeah.
She's found snow though. You know, she loves to go play in the snow.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, not too far away. You can go
That's-
Big Bear.
Yeah, well, she goes up to Mammoth.
Mama.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a wonderful place to live, right?
I think so. I think it's very close to LA, close to Las Vegas. You can go to San Francisco if you want a colder weather. I think it's right in the center of the universe.
I do too.
Yeah.
You know, some people think it's in the middle of nowhere. I think it's in the middle of everywhere.
Right.
Of the veterans, the 59 veterans, how many of them lived here and how many of them have located from somewhere else? You know, they're indoors most of the time, so they probably don't even feel the
Yeah,
desert.
most of them I think are local.
Hmm.
Yeah, most of them are local. Yeah, but we do have some of those, you know, that maybe came from Fresno. Sometimes we have 8 veterans home in California. 5 of them are in Southern California, and 3 of them are in Northern California. So we usually network with these other homes and see if they have any waiting list that might want to check us out. So that's how people from out of town.
Kind of
End
keep
up-
track of the other
yeah.
resources, to find out who has an opening or
Yes.
where somebody can live. And then you want to be close to family, right, for visits
Right. And that's usually the biggest factor. They want to be close to their family, so they don't usually want to move farther away, and they want to be as close. So hopefully I think we serve our Antelope Valley mainly with our local veterans.
How long has the facility been open? Do you know?
About 10 years? Yeah, about 10 years.
And I'm just wondering, what is your doctorate degree in?
Education.
Education.
I have my bachelor's degree in nursing, I had a master's in education, and then I went on to get my doctorate.
And is there enough challenge for you out at the Veterans Facility?
Oh yes, different challenge. But yes, I used all my skills to meet all those challenges.
Well, it's an important part of the Antelope Valley.
Yeah.
And hopefully the city talks to you every once in a while and tells you how glad they are to have you.
They actually come and visit. Actually, they came and served breakfast one time, and it was a couple years ago. The mayor and the vice mayor and the council
I
came
think I
and.
saw that in the paper.
Yes, you did.
And you have a special in at the paper because you have to call them.
Oh yes.
And so
yeah.
they know you, they're your
Yeah.
friend.
Yes.
Hey, we're going to have you back for another show
We are.
in just
okay.
a moment. Yeah, so stick
All
around.
right.
We've been talking with Elvie Ancheta, the administrator of the William P. J. Knight Veterans Home. Thank you. And we're back with Minding Your Business. I'm Chris Spiker.
I'm Aaron Goldstein, and we are back with Elvie Ancheta.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for sticking around.
Thank you.
Do you have just one son?
I have 2.
Oh, well, you have at least one famous son. We better talk about both of them.
Okay.
So the first came to our attention because he's an artist.
Yes, he's my oldest one. He was an artist ever since he was little, so he pursued that. He's a local. He went to Quartz High School. He went to Sacred Heart School for his elementary school, and then he went to to Quartz High School for high school. Then he went on to play golf. He used to be in the paper playing golf. He played golf for Quartz, and then he got drafted for Dominican University for college golf. So he did. That's why he ended up in Dominican University.
Wow.
Yeah. So he went there and took fine arts. So he has a bachelor's of science in fine arts, and then when he's finished with that, he went on to finish his master's degree at the Pasadena Art School. And now he's doing exactly what he wants to do, but he works to earn a living.
Mhm.
He works as a graphic artist. Yeah, and then he does the fine arts. He loves to do the public arts where it's interactive with the community.
And this is outdoor art.
Yes.
The 4 antelope
Yes.
that are blue.
Yes.
And right now, are they still out in the middle of the poppy fields?
They're still out there until September. Then I think the city of Lancaster is
Gonna
procuring them.
Bring them somewhere,
Yeah, we'll bring them
a
somewhere.
little safer.
So my son Nathaniel Ancheta, he bought a couple of parcels of land out there by the Poppy Preservation Area, Buttes area there, there's a mesa that goes out there. So during the poppy, I think season, the super bloom, there were poppies in the property.
What a great year to build those antelope.
Yes, it just came out really
Perfect
on
timing.
time. Yeah.
Is this his first big project?
This is actually, he had some big projects while he's in school before, and I always like, oh my gosh, can you make it smaller? Because it is expensive. Yeah. So this is his first big project that he actually have on display to the community. Yeah, the first ones he did had limited viewership, just in school.
What a great idea.
Yes.
And I mean, from my way of looking at things, what an amazing tourism opportunity.
Yes, and I think that he is true to his identity here, that he grew up here, and and he knows the value. He loves to kind of superimpose the old and the new,
Right.
you know, and make meaning out of it.
So you're explaining to me why somebody would put 4
Yeah.
life-size antelopes made
Yeah.
out of found objects
Mm-hmm.
out in the middle of the poppy field
You're right, and make use of it.
and make use of them
Mhm.
and let everybody figure out how to get there.
Yeah, only an artist's mind could think of that, because when he was building it in our home,
Yeah.
in our backyard, and him and his co-artist that developed this didn't even know how to do welding, so
Right.
they went to school.
Wow.
They both learned how to do weld. We ended up buying him a welder.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
He'll
help
use
him
it
out.
again.
Yeah, he'll use it again. So he developed a skills, but this conceptualization of this, we're not getting it at first. And then when we saw as it's being built, and they start putting some stuff inside,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, I thought that they were gonna cover it with something to make it,
Right.
like into a full.
You're not the artist.
No, so.
You're the artist's mom.
Yes. So then we finally got it. I said, I get it, because it only happens in their mind, and then they're able to put it into an actual concrete thing that you can actually see and relate to. It's
Right.
amazing, I think.
And
One
out
of my
there.
proud moments.
And yeah, also too, he owns the property.
He owns the property. He owns 2 parcels of land there, and that his vision is to make that into a outdoor artist venue.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we don't do something with that property, it's all going to be solar farms.
And we hope that doesn't happen there. I hope people buy it and preserve it.
I'm sure that whoever sold those 2 parcels that are kind of landlocked
Yeah.
was pretty happy.
Yeah, he
Who
was.
would buy this?
Yes, but he has the vision that he
Mhm.
wanted to do that.
That's exactly where he wanted to
And
be.
if I have more money, just sitting around, I'll buy all of them.
For more art.
So that it will be preserved as it is and not be solar farms or something like that. Because it's a beautiful property and the first time that I've seen it with the super bloom,
Mm.
I mean, I think the property there is beautiful. You could see the mountains with ice still, with snow.
Yep.
And then you could see these orange mountains.
Yeah. And we're in the desert.
Landscape, and we're in the desert.
Crazy.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
There was a lot messing with the senses this year.
Yeah,
And on a beautiful blue day, not a cloud in the sky.
yeah.
There's a plaque out there at the Antelope that tells a little bit about.
Yes, and you could actually, if you haven't seen it yet, you can still see it till September. And I think the crows, the birds have been using it as a perching area, so
Oh.
you might see poop in it, but it's still amazing. I think the artists are looking at going over there and cleaning it up. But if you haven't seen it yet, it will be still there till September. And there's a sign actually that says Art in Residence.
Right off of Avenue
Avenue
I.
I Road, yes.
Avenue I turns into Lancaster Road, and there's a sign.
Right,
And then that's a pretty safe dirt road in
Right.
there, so no one will get stuck in the sand.
yeah. No, it's pretty good because it has like a real asphalt area when you go up and then dirt road.
You got to explore a little bit. So somebody that worked at the flower shop lives in Lake Hughes, and out of her window she could see something purple out there and the cars moving around.
yeah.
And so then she would say, well, what is that? And somebody said, it's an antelope. And I go, what? A purple antelope out in the middle of the desert? So my mom and I are out there. We're like looking and looking. There it is over there. That was neat.
That's how I think most of the people, so in the very beginning, like in the first few weeks, we were out there just like trying to protect these blue antelopes, right? We don't know if it's going to be vandalized or anything,
Right.
right? So then people start coming in and we would ask them, hey, how did you know about it? Because we were just curious. Hey, by the way, I'm the mom of the artist, I was so proud. So they said, yeah, we were over at the poppies and we saw something animal-looking blue.
Yeah.
So we drive over
Yeah.
down here,
Yeah.
and actually the folks at the Antelope Valley Poppy Preserve knew
Yeah.
about it, and
Yeah.
they would come and check it too once in a while. Their ranger would come and check it.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so they knew
Wow.
about it, so they were telling them about it too.
Small town.
So, awesome.
Wasn't it amazing, the cars that were out on.
There were
in
a
that-
lot.
Yeah,
There were a lot of them, and some of them are from out of towners too.
right.
And I could overhear them saying, "This is unbelievable! Out here of nowhere, that they have this." They
Yeah,
said.
and in a month, it'll all be gone.
Uh-huh.
It'll all be brown again.
Right.
And when I heard that the artist had done this on his own, with his own money,
In his own money.
I thought, what a neat thing to do.
Yeah. We gotta help out on that one, parents.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, the first one's free, but the next one
Right,
might
yeah.
be will be helped by somebody.
Yeah, but we're just proud of him that he's actually making his dream a reality, that he's actually putting something out there that people can enjoy.
Well, Aaron and I shoot videos called AV Nice. Nice stories, nice people, nice things going on in the Antelope Valley. So we want to make sure that we catch up with Nathaniel
Okay.
and do a little video to do what we can to promote.
Yeah, so he's discovering his why. So I'm just helping him, do more.
I think he's found it.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like he's found it.
Yeah.
How do people get in touch with Nathaniel?
Just call him. He's so easy to get in hold of. He
Well,
also has a website. He also has a owned freelance business called Rethunk. So he does
Rethunk.
branding. He does what do you call that? Computer,
the graphics and
the graphics and all that stuff. Yeah. So he does that as his earning job, and he has a full-time job, but he also has his own freelance job. So he does freelance.
so we talked about the one son for 10 minutes, and then you got 1 minute left for the other son.
Okay, my other son is actually well accomplished too. He's an engineer. He lives in Seattle. He graduated at Seattle University. He's married. He's the younger one, but he's married. He's doing good. He found his calling as well. He loves what he does. He also did golf in college. That's why he ended up in Seattle University. They also got them when he was playing down below, and the coach saw him and
Wow.
invited him to
Go to college
play for him.
and play
Yeah.
golf.
Yeah, so it was a cool thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a wonderful world.
Yes. So they're doing good. They're
How long-
living the life they imagined for themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
How long has he been in Seattle? Since college?
Since college, yeah. He graduated Quartz Hill also in 2009, and he's been there since.
Do either one of the boys ever go back to school and share their experiences, look for mentors, things like that?
Nathaniel, I think that's his goal, is to give back to the community, and they're working with the MOA and maybe to help them offer those classes for the youth.
Very good. Well, if you're tied in with MOA, I think you're set.
Yeah,
'Cause that's kind of where all the art is focused.
yeah. So it's a good connection.
And hanging out with Edwin Vasquez. Nice guy. Have you met Edwin?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
He's an amazing
I've
guy.
seen the picture.
Right. What a photographer, what a storyteller, and what a heart for art he
Yeah.
has.
So it's wonderful that we have more art folks coming out of our community
Yes.
that is sharing their talents back,
Telling the stories, and
telling stories.
it just makes the community better and better.
Hmm.
Although it was a pretty nice place to begin with.
I think it's a good community. We're very quiet over here.
We've been talking with Elvie Ancheta. She's the administrator at the William J. Pete Knight Veterans Home.
Veterans Home.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
You bet.